I'm Dr. Manjari, and today I'll be taking this session on R. Hope all of you have able to download and install R, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me share my window. Hope you're able to see the screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just a second. Today we'll be only covering some basic, commands in R and how to change versions. So actually, R can also be run like this. You have, a simple GUI, graphic user interface. Now here you're only get to see R console only. Whereas in R Studio, this has an integrated, many sources from here, so that you have, environments here. You have different kind of descriptions here. Like you can find information just very simple to use, and I'll show you how. And while we are doing this, only I'll show you how is it slightly different from R and R Studio. Okay. Now, for a start, everybody, please start with everybody. Please open your R Studio. Okay, and then type in with inverted commas. Okay, type in with inverted commas. Hello world.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and click here. You'll see you'll get a result of hello world. Can everybody do this?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Yeah. So this is called as R syntax. That means every programming language has its own syntax. This is one of the R syntax. If you first type this and you're able to get, return your whatever you type, that means first of all your R is working properly. Okay. And if you see here, you can see the version here, R 4.1.2, and each one is called with a very funny names here. For example, this is called Bird Hippie. Okay. Now, if you want to change this version, there's something called tools. Okay, tools, global option, and you can change here in the general part. You have here change, and you can see other versions you have downloaded. Okay, usually by default, what R does is it downloads both 62-bit and 32-bit and 64-bit, which I had already posted you in the group, right? See, depending on your system, most of the latest systems are by default 64-bit. A bit older versions will be 32-bit also. So depending on the bit, you have to choose that and try to run. If you try to run it on, if it's for example, this is a 64-bit system and you're trying to run a 32-bit system, sometimes there might be some kind of errors, or it might, the code might not run. So that's the reason why we have to usually choose which version. Now you have, as I told you, there are other types of R versions, old versions also. It starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So here you can change this and click on OK, and it will ask you need to quit and reopen R Studio in order to change this effect to take place. Click on OK, and OK, click apply, and you have to close and restart your R Studio. Now, if you see, I have opened R, a bit of older version. Now, this is called Shake and Throw. Earlier it was bird hippie, and this time it is shake and throw. Everybody try to do this and see if you are able to change the version of R in R Studio. I'll give you 5 minutes of your,
Ma'am,
everybody please do it. Yes.
can you please explain it again how to change the version?
Okay. I already messaged in the group key download and install another version of R. Have you done that?
Yes,
See
ma'am.
what happened? Yeah, you have two versions of R. The first one was 4.1. This is 4.0.5. You can download any version. So what happens? Click on tools. Everybody click on tools. Everybody write it down on a book so that it's easier to follow. Click on tool. So this one you can write as a heading as change of R versions in R Studio. So for that, click on tools. Second one, global options. And here you can see R sessions, R versions. Okay. Click to change. You'll see there are other bits also here shown. Okay. Choose a specific version of R. Now here I'm changing back to 4.1.2 back. Okay. And click on OK. And our message will come. You need to quit and reopen R Studio in order for this change to take effect. Click on OK, apply, OK, and close your R Studio. Everybody got this? Or should I need to do this again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you need to take tools, global options, R versions here, change. Then change the version here. Click OK. And you'll have a pop-up which comes. You need to quit and reopen R Studio. Click OK, apply, OK, and then close your R Studio and reopen. Again. Now you can see I'm back to bird hippie. Everybody able to do this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Why am I asking? I mean, telling you write this from the very start is that, see, there will be something called packages here. Okay, if you can see, there are a lot of packages here. These are some default packages which, for this version, some default packages comes in. Say, suppose you want to specifically, want to do some special analysis. You have special packages for that.
Hello,
So-
ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I couldn't see any tools on my window.
Tools, it will be there here.
No, the option is not there, ma'am. Tools file like
Are
that.
you using R Studio only?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, post your query in the group. I'll just once look into it and get back to you. Is that okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody else, were you able to change it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Any other queries you have? Just post it in the group, so I'll get back to you. Okay. So, like as I was telling you, there are packages you have to download. Okay. So for that, you need to have certain versions of R. They say that certain packages works only in certain version of R. So during that, because for that, what you have to do, exactly download that R and you change those versions and run that particular package. So that's the reason why I'm telling you right from in the beginning only why this needs to be done. Because see, R can be used to do data analysis as well as bioinformatic analysis also. Just like you do, NGS data analysis or a faster sequence data analysis. It's like a very vast, it's exhaustive. You have a good system, you can run, you can download R only, and you can do many things in that. Okay, but for that you should know how to download a package, and depending on that package, which version of R is needed, and then you can run those particular packages. Okay. So next, after this, we'll start with the print command. Okay, next, now that you know have done this, say let's give here some more of the data here. Everybody type in hello world, and are you able to get your output as hello world again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now this, if you see hello world is a text, right? Text usually are given in double quotes. Always text. Even if you give a number in double quotes, it defaultly take it as a text, not as a number. Okay. Now say suppose you want to give an input of say 5 plus 5. Everybody type 5 plus 5 and get enter. What is the answer you're getting? Let me know.
10.
10.
10. So this is
Yes.
basic. Yeah, it's almost basic, as simple as a calculator. It works as simple as a calculator also, right? Then say suppose I'm giving numbers like this. Type 5 followed by shift enter, then 10, followed by shift enter, then 20, and then enter. Everybody able to see this? Just a second. Everybody able to see this? 5, shift and enter. Click on the button shift and enter. 10, again shift enter 10, and now simply enter. What is the result you're getting?
20.
ma'am.
20, ma'am.
20.
No, the answer is 1 is 5, 1 is 10, 1 is 20. 3 outputs have to come.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
able to
Yes,
get
yes,
this?
ma'am.
Yeah,
Came,
3
yeah,
outputs
Yes,
are
ma'am.
coming. Okay. So that's the difference here. So you didn't give 5 space 10 space 20. Okay. Now if you give it like this, you will get error. Unexpected numeric constant is 5 and 10. Okay. But if you give 5, shift enter 20, shift enter 30, any number you give, and give an enter, it will give an output as each line it is going to see what it is there and give you back the output. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So everybody able to comfortable here, right?
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
until here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we'll use the another code called print. Okay. So if you click print, see by default what happens in RStudio, you will get prompts. Okay. So it makes your life a bit easier. Okay. Click on here and you can see your brackets here. Okay. In the brackets, you can just say print again hello world. Hello world. And then enter. It gives you the same, the one which the first one what we did, you will get the same thing. Okay. So now let's make it a bit thoda complicate karenge. Now say for, okay, click on one of the brackets, that is shift 9. If you click, the other bracket automatically fills in. Okay. Now inside you are saying x in a range of 1 is to, sorry, in a range of 1 is to 15. Okay. And then you open a flower bracket here. Okay, flower bracket followed by print x. Now what we are doing is we are assigning x with a range of numbers from 1 to 15 and also asking print X. Now, if you enter, you'll get this range 1 to 15 or whatever numbers we have assigned, it's going to come. Everybody try this particular code. I'll post this even in the WhatsApp group also, okay? Everybody able to do this? Are you able to print your X?
Yes, ma'am.
You can
Yes, ma'am.
give a range of anything here. 1 is to 15. I'm telling till 1 to 15, you have to give me, you are assigning the number as X. Okay. So now when you say print X, you'll get this. Okay. So usually print gives your output of anything. Okay. Your code. Next, what you can do is, say suppose you can open a Google Doc simultaneously, and whatever you have, coded here, you can just copy paste it. Okay, that's a very good habit, especially with R, because as I told you, R is exhaustive. You have to remember everything. So you can just put in, and meanwhile, what I can do, see, you can use your arrow marks. Your arrow marks will be there, right? Page up, page down. Okay, you can use that up or down to get your whatever code you had done earlier. For example, see here, whatever code I have given, everything will come in here. Okay, if I go down, print hello followed by for X. Say suppose you want to repeat the same code again and again, just with small changes. All I can do is say here I want to do this again, but instead of X is 1 is to 15, I just want to make it 6 or 5. Okay, so I can use my up arrow mark, up arrow mark, which will get me the code again, and all I need to change, and then you give enter. Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat it?
I'm saying, okay, you have in your keyboard arrow marks, right? Up, down, right and left.
Yes, ma'am.
It's usually, yeah, it's usually below your shift buttons, or if you have a numeric keys, you'll have, page up, page down, arrow marks will be there. The up arrow, if you click on it, okay, click on it, it will show all the codes you have done since you have opened the session. Everybody able to see this? You can use up and down.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this will be very useful if you are using the same kind of code but changing only small intricacies. You can keep changing that. For example, I'm instead of X, I want to change this as Y, and then say print Y. Okay, instead of X, I'm assigning the name as Y. So when I enter, see, this is how I can keep changing information. Got it? And I can also do
Yes,
one
ma'am.
thing. Say suppose I give a hashtag and say I am using this function. You can just use this as snippet information. For example, why you are using it, how you are modifying it, how did you decode it. You can give information like this. So I am learning R. Say suppose this is the one. So R will not consider this part of as a code. Okay. So it'll only consider only this part of the code as your code and not after hashtag. So you can comment this, and you can, whenever you post, pasting it across Google Doc, you can always see, oh, this is what I've done during this. Got this? This is called comment. Comment. So next we'll go into creating variables. Can anybody tell me what do you mean by variable?
As we have to assign the value with the variable to use
Yeah,
in the
variable. What
code.
do you mean by variable? The word variable means that
Uh,
name itself has some meaning to it.
Ma'am, something
Means
whose value is variable, whose value is not
Which keeps
constant.
changing.
which
Which
is not
keeps
constant.
changing. Yes, exactly. Variable means something which keeps changing. It's never the same. Okay. So variables. This is data science is all about variables first. Okay. Depending on the what kind of variable, we have to do certain kinds of tests. For example, when I say what are all your names here, everybody has a different name, right? Okay, maybe one or two might have similar names, but most of them are different, they vary. Okay, so all your names would come under a categorical variable, okay, or something qualitative. Okay, your names can't be measured. I can't measure any what is the weight of your name, what is the length of your name. Maybe length, yes, as a string, yes. What are the number of letters in each of your names become again another variable. But on the whole, when I take your name as such, it is one, each person has a different name, so so it is varying, so it is a variable, but this is a qualitative variable. Now suppose I would have asked you what are all your weights or approximately heights. Now this is measurable, right? So when I say measurable, something measurable becomes quantitative variable. Okay. So in data science, irrespective of the whatever field you are in, whenever some data comes, first thing you have to see is what are the types of variables or how many variables or each variable, what type it is. Okay. So that is where your data starts. I mean, data science analysis starts. So before you analyze, you have to see which one are categorical, which one are qualitative, which one are quantitative. Depending on that only, I can do some kind of analysis. Best example is mean, average. Can we do average on your names?
No, ma'am.
No.
Yeah, average.
No.
Why? Because this is a qualitative. Average is only done on a quantitative variable, measurable. You can measure the quantity. Okay, got this? This is the first thing. Because see, when I started my PhD work and all, I used to do some experiments. Fine. After that, when I went to a statistician, he said, "What do you want to do with your data? First of all." Okay, so first is how to ask a question. Now, how would you ask a question depending on the data? But you have to understand your data. What exactly are you looking from that data? For example, if I'm taking heights, okay, I have taken everybody's heights. I'll calculate mean also, but what does that mean to me? Okay, so now I have to modify my question. Now that we have males and females, I can modify my question to what is the difference between the averages among this particular sample. You're all become a sample, right? So what does that mean? Is there any difference between male and female heights or weight? So this is what is my question. So now that you have a question, automatically what is that you're looking into a data? You should see, have you taken the height or weight first of all. So if you have taken, is it the same kind? Some people may tell it in, for example, height. Some people tell it in feet, 5 feet 3 inches, or some people tell it in centimeters. Now you can't mix centimeters and feet, so you have to clean your data. That means you either convert it to centimeters or you convert into feet or inches. Even feet or inches also you have to clear. How are you going to represent? So you have to have a uniform data. So this is called data cleaning. Okay. So first is obtaining data. Before that, question. What is the question you want to ask? Depending on the question, you obtain the data. Then from the data, you need to clean it up. There should be uniformity there. Then you see, is this variable qualitative or quantitative? And depending on that, you have to assign a test there. Got this? This is one of the basic example. Most of the time what happens is you do experiments. That means you get data, you don't know what is the question you want to ask, then you sit and wonder what is the question I'm trying to answer. Everybody clear here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Yes,
the
ma'am.
story why variables means you should know what is variable. Simple, as simple as that. Okay. Then now back to coding. Okay. Now a variable is created in your R. You can create a variable in R first, but you have to assign a value to that variable. Okay. Now how it is used? For example, I want to assign a variable called name. Yes. And I'm going to assign it with lesser than symbol followed by a dash. Okay, lesser than symbol followed by a dash. That means I'm assigning a name, assigning a variable called name. Assigning means this lesser than symbol followed by a dash. Okay, and since name is a qualitative variable, as I told you, qualitative or categorical always will be there in inverted commas. Okay, double inverted commas. Now I'm giving John. Okay, now assigned a name here. Now if you click on name, now if you see here, now we have assigned a variable here. It will now be reflected in the data in R also. Click on that and enter. You'll get John. Or you can say print and name. You'll be prompted. Okay, and you'll get it as same answer. Everybody try this. You can give any name. Now give another variable called age. Okay, and assign it with a number. You can assign it directly without any inverted commas. Then click. See, whenever your code is correct, your greater than symbol will be coming here. Okay, so that means your code is correct. Otherwise, there will be an error in red. Now click on age, and you'll get your number back. Okay, another. Yes.
So once I typed print and name in bracket, when I pressed enter, I got a plus sign.
Why? Because you have given that name variable as again as a, what do you say, print name, right? It is only going to come as name, or else you'll get syntax error there. So keep pressing enter until you get your greater than symbol. You get it?
Ma'am, ma'am, like for age, like for 50, we didn't quote it with double quotes.
Yeah, double quotes are given only for text or names. Okay, say yes or no. Okay, for numbers, numericals, you don't need to give a double quotes. And always remember, R is very sensitive with cases. That means capital letters, small letters, everything it matters. Okay, say for example, instead of small a g e, I am giving you capital A and G E. See what is that? What is that I'm getting? Okay, either it tries to autocorrect or it will give you, like for example, print. I'm giving capital A, G, and E. It tries to autocorrect, or it will not give you any, answer. Sometimes you'll get error. It will say there is nothing called capital A with GE.
Ma'am, it's like error object age, not
Yes,
found.
yes, exactly. You'll get that. So everybody clear here? How to create a variable here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll combine two elements here. For example, I'm giving another name as text, okay? I'm assigning the text as awesome in double quotes, okay? And then I'm entering it. Now I want to add something else along with awesome. So I'm saying a function called paste, okay? So when you paste, I'm adding R is followed by your text. I have already assigned a text here. And when I enter, now I'm getting this is called concatenate. That is, you're combining two things, elements here. So R is awesome. Everybody try this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
So that
ma'am.
means you can concatenate or join two or more elements by using the paste function here. Okay.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I had it out in like the before one. Just like you said, I typed that age in like capital letters in like first letter capital A and then 22. Mine
Mhm.
it's coming like it's giving the answer as 22. Is it because of the version or something?
Why? What did you give us? Come again.
I typed capital like capital A and the age and 22, and then I did the same thing for print also, and
Yeah, it's auto correcting it. This version of R Studio is auto correcting. It. Okay, everybody, you have normal R also, right? This GUI. Everybody has downloaded the first version R only without all the thumb jam of R Studio. Try doing the same. Okay, just all the codes which you have done till now. Okay, whatever codes you have done, try using the same. You can copy paste it here and try to, or you can type it here and try doing the same. Here you'll see that the prompting which you get in R Studio, you'll not get it in R here. Just the R console. Okay, see, in R Studio, what happens, that console is coming like this, the small part here. Okay, whereas R is just a console. Okay, so whatever code till now we have given, try typing it. You'll now understand the pain of pain or the ease with which you use R Studio and R. For example, I say print, right? Say for example, text. See here, you double quotes. What happened in R Studio? If you click one, the second will be automatically typed there. Here you don't have that luxury. You have to type everything, including your this brackets also. Okay, forward bracket and backward brackets, reverse bracket. All you have to type in manually. You will not get any promptings here. See, for example, type. Then print. If I say print, you have to click print and then text, close it, and then give. Then only you'll get that answer. And the age one also, say suppose age, I'm assigning 40. Okay. And if I say capital AGE, you'll not get that prompt, and see object age not found. Earlier in R Studio, you had that autocorrect option. Here, you don't have that luxury. Everything you have to see, make sure you're typing it properly. Just try it once in the R console also, everybody. Now you'll know the difference. Meanwhile, I'll see what people had put in. Okay. Let me know if anyone has done this, finished this. The people have posted in here the version in iOS for to change is different. Okay. Has anyone used R console?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you able to see, check the difference in there? R Studio versus R console?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. There's no problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, there's no prompting as we see in our studio, and our studio makes life easier. But certain people find our studio a bit waste. So those who are into coding a bit hardcore coding, they prefer console only. Okay, so but you can either use either, but for a start, you start with your R studio only. That is easier to use. Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
Yashaswini. Oh, okay.
Yeah, tell
ma'am,
me, Yashaswini.
I had the same problem. I am getting pluses while entering. I'm not getting the arrow mark symbol.
Maybe that is because you have used double quote while using print of the variable. Are you doing the same mistake? Don't do that.
Yes,
Then you will get it normally. Double quotes is only for text. As a variable, you are inside the variable when you are assigning the values. Only for values you have to have double strings, not for the variable. Okay. Done, everybody? Shall we continue?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So in concatenation, you can always also concatenate something like this. You can assign values like here, new one. I'm assigning a number, say for example 500. Okay, and I'm giving another variable called say 100. No, and I can add these num1 and num2 also. I can click num1, okay, plus num2 and give enter. It gives you the same result as we had done earlier, like 500 plus 100 also gives 600. That means as long as your variables are containing only the numbers, you can as well add the variable names also and you'll get the same result. Okay. But suppose I'm trying to add a variable number, numeric variable with a text variable, which we are already created here, then try to enter, you'll get an error. That means you can't add a number and a text, okay, non-numeric variable to get your answer. Got this?
Yes, ma'am.
And you can also assign multiple variables within variable. For example, see, var1, var2, you're assigning, assigning, right? var1, you're assigning to var2, again assigning var3 as apple. Okay, and then so sorry, here I did some mistake here. var1, var2, var3.
The first, second variable with space.
Yes. So each space also, please be careful here. Yeah. Now you can print any of the variable, you'll get the same answer. Okay. Try it yourself. Huh? Now, there are certain rules how you can name these variables. Okay, I'll post these in the group. You can check those. Okay. For example, you can start any variable name with a numeric like this. You'll get an error here. Okay. So there are certain, rules how you can name your variables. And most of the time, be careful with your capital letters and all. It's very, very, it makes life hell especially when you want to use certain, complex functions. Okay. Everybody got till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Any doubts still here? Everybody able to do this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now we'll look into the what are the basic data types which R recognizes as. Okay. So now R, basic data types can be numeric. What is numeric? Any number, right? So for example, I'm assigning X as say 10. Okay. Now I still want to know what is the class of my variable. So when I say class of X, it will return you the answer as numeric. Everybody check this. Okay. Next, again, I'm trying to assign a different value here. Say, for example, 1,000 liters, capital L, or L as in Roman also. Okay. Now check the class of your X. It will give you as integer here. Why? Because it's not taking L as a string or a text. It is considering it as a Roman numeral letter L. Okay. Then again, I'm assigning X as, if you remember your mathematics, we had something called, complex numbers. Okay. Okay. Now look into the class of X. You'll see it is a complex number. Complex number will you have I. Okay. Then how about I'm assigning X as a string, that is a text. String always will be in quotes. R is good to learn or okay to learn. Now click on the class. Sorry. Click on class of X. It will say it is a character. It can be also called as string. Okay. Next, it can also search for logical. Okay, logical means it will say whether it is true or false. So X, I'm assigning as caps, TRUE, caps, in caps. Okay. Then what is the class of X? It will give it is a logical data. Everybody try this. Numeric, integer, complex, character, and logical. Logical can also be called as Boolean, and character can also be called as string. I'll post the same also in the group also, just check it out. So we can use the class function to check what is the type of variable. So basically, if you can categorize all these 5 classes, broadly, it will be 2. One is numeric or numbers. Under numbers, you have numeric, integers, and complex. Okay. So everybody just try one x. No, you this time I'm giving it as a name as A. 10.5. Okay. B as 10 capital L, and C as 1 I. I means imaginary number. Okay. When you have imaginary number, it becomes a complex number usually in maths. Okay. Each now try running a class operation on all these 3 variables and tell me which is what is it you're getting as an output.
It's numeric, integer, complex.
Yeah. Everybody getting this?
Yes, ma'am. Same.
Yes, ma'am.
Any problem here? Please kindly post your questions, any kind of queries in the group. Okay, don't individually message me, because at least everybody will know if some other one other person has similar kind of doubt, they'll also see, oh, okay, you're not the only person who's asking basics. Okay. As long as it is logical, I don't mind even silly questions. Okay. Everybody done? Everybody done? Nihal,
Yes, ma'am.
Najib.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you can convert one class to another, one of the type to another. Okay. There's a here the function is called as dot numeric or as dot integer. For example, let's say we have already B is 10L, right? So what is the class here for B? What is the class you got for 10L?
Integer.
It is
Integer.
integer. Now we'll convert this integer to numeric. Okay. What I'll do, I'll create a variable D where I am converting as dot integer, sorry, as dot numeric to integer, right? So integer to numeric, numeric, as dot numeric. You'll get a prompt here. You can click on that of your D and click enter. Now click what is the class of D. What are you getting?
Numeric.
Okay, you have changed your integer to numeric. Now this time you convert your numeric to integer. Okay. What is the code you have to give? Give another variable and say as dot integer of which is numeric here. Change it to integer and let me know what is the answer you're getting as a class. So what is the numeric you want to change as integer? It is a, right? So I'm giving a and I'm typing class of e. You should get it as integer now. So if you click on e, what it is showing? It is showing 10. It is rounding it up. Okay. Everybody got till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can convert one type into another using as integer, as numeric, as complex. I'm posting that in the group, okay? You can reuse it. Okay, finally, before we end today's session, I want you to, now I'll show you how to install a package called Swirl. SWIRL. Okay, it's called SWIRL, swirl. This will be a part of your assignment for today. Okay, what swirl does, I'll show you. So before that, we need to install package. Now, how do you, this is a package. Now, how do you use install is, use tool. You have something called install packages here. Under tools, you have install packages. Click on that. You get a prompt like this, repository cran. Under this packages, you just click on SWIRL. Sorry, L. If you are typing it correctly, you can see two programs here. The first one, swirl. Click on that and say install. Immediately what happens? Your R will start installing all the packages, which needs to be collaborated with this one. You don't have to individually, for example, ByTops, rcurl are not there in Swirl, but it will, what the supporting packages will be automatically downloaded and installed. Any questions here? You have to look into tools.
No.
Install packages. Search for Swirl. Here thousands of packages will be there. Okay. Okay. And click on install. And if you see, there is something called install packages. Whenever you search here, there's a tick mark, install dependencies. That means all the supporting packages which are needed for your package to run will automatically be installed. Always make sure it is ticked on or selected.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm getting the message this package cannot be installed for your version of R.
Which is the version you are using? Older version?
Yes, ma'am, I think so.
That means change your version of R now.
Okay.
Okay? You know how to do the changing, right? You have to change in tools, global options, change it to the newer version of R and quit the R Studio and restart it. Then try, then you'll get it. Anybody else also getting the same info? Not able to? That means you are working in older version. Okay?
Ma'am, how will we know that the package was installed successfully?
Ma'am, over here, after I did that command and I installed Swirl, there's it ran through a lot of like loading bars, and then it was like package Swirl, package digest, package rcurl.
Yes. And you'll successfully, if you have successfully installed, your greater than symbol will come. That's it. That means that you have successfully installed.
There is mention done with the package name.
Yeah. Now what happens is, if it's a very huge package, this is a small package. Say suppose that it's a very huge intensive package, it will take sometimes hours together also for that installation and downloading and installation also, depending on your internet speed and your computer speed and the size of the package. Sometimes certain packages, for example, bioinformatics related, bioconductor, if you have heard of this word, bioconductor, takes one hell lot of time to download and install. Okay, and don't do that in the initial stages only. Don't experiment too much, so that your system will crash. Sometimes it hangs up. Okay, so use simple, slowly, and then you can start up adding on. Okay, now to start your Swirl, you can click on something called library and say Swirl. Automatically what happens, this package will get opened up. Or else you have something here on your right hand side, your packages. See here, packages. Here you can go down where the Swirl is there. Okay, if you see, it is not ticked on. Okay, if you click on this, it's the same as typing library.swirl. Okay, now click on this. What happens? It is running successfully. And if you see, sometimes what happens, you'll get a warning message. Package Swirl was built under R version 4.1.3. You can still run it, But sometimes you can as well, better download the latest version, run it and open it in R, restart R Studio, and then you can run it. Okay. And see here, you have certain instructions here. Everybody able to see library swirl till here? Everybody done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is that you are able to see there? Hi, I see that you have some variables saved in your workspace. To keep things running smoothly, I recommend you clean up before starting swirl. Then type ls to see a list of variables in your workspace. Then type rm list ls to clear your workspace. You don't have to do this every time, but you can as well do. But for now, we'll not do it. Just say, when you're ready to begin, he's saying type swirl. Okay, click on swirl and enter, and then enter. Okay, it is a kind of chatbot, similar to kind of chatbot, ChatGPT, right? Or chatbots if you have seen. So it will say, welcome to swirl, please sign in. If you have never been before, use the same name as you did then. If you are new, call yourself something unique. You can type in your name. Okay, say for example, I can say Siri. What shall I call you? Okay, then say, thanks Siri, let's cover a couple of quick housekeeping items before we begin our first lesson. First of all, you should know that when you see something in quotes, that means you should press enter when you are done reading and ready to continue. Okay, so here you can continue. Then it says 1, 2 or 3. 1 to continue, 2 to proceed, 3 to let's going. It's the same, so you can give any number here. Okay, you can exit swirl and return to our prompt, that is the greater than symbol. Here if you see, we are not seeing any greater than symbols here yet. Okay, so at any time by pressing escape key. Okay, pressing escape key, or the topmost left button will be there, that's escape. So use that and you can skip your swirl and get back to your main R console. Okay, so let's get started, he's saying. So just enter. Now here you have 5 programs here: basics of R programming, regression model, statistical inference, exploratory data analysis, etc. Okay, so it's saying don't install anything for me, I'll do it for myself. But for here, press 1. Okay, that is you're learning the basics of programming in R. Click 1 and enter. It says, please choose a course or type 0 to exit swirl. So you want to do first one, right? R programming. So click 1 here. Choose 1 option. Now, even in this one, you have 15 kinds of chapters here for you to, run through this particular basics. So basic building blocks. So click 1. If you are comfortable with 1, click 2. If you are comfortable 2, click 3. Okay, these are kind of lessons here you'll be learning on the go. Now, in this lesson, we will explore some basic building blocks of the R programming language. Press enter. If at any point you'd like to like more information on a particular topic related to R, help.start. At the prompt, you will get all the help in the right-hand side. Okay. In its simplest form, R can be used as an interactive calculator. So it's asking, do this, 5 plus 7. Till here, everybody with me or no? Let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody stuck in any place?
Ma'am, can you tell me from select 1, 2 or 3?
Okay. See, I'm going back here. Once you have opened your library, it's asking a message. Type swirl. So I started with swirl. And then it's asking, what's your name? You just give a name and then press enter. Whenever you see these 3 dots, just keep enter and it will give you the next instruction you have to follow. So it will give you options 1, 2, 3. So depending on that, click that number. So here 1 means continue, 2 means proceed, 3 means let's get going, all means same. So you can type 1 or 2 or 3 here. Now once you click it, now you have some certain chapters here. Under each chapter, you have certain sub chapters. So I started with first one, selections. If you click on 2, you will get next set of chapters. So when I clicked 1, it gave me 2 options here again: R programming 2, take me to the swirl course repository. Take me to 2 means it will go back to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So when I click 1, you have 15 basic chapters being covered here. Okay. So you can choose any one of those. Yeah, I can as well click here 15 also. But I have chosen with 1. Okay. So clicking on 1, it will further give you instructions of what to do. Read this carefully. So the first option is 5 plus 7. It's asking. Can you do this?
Yes, ma'am.
You're getting answer. You do. You add that and say enter. He's saying just type 5 plus 7 and enter. What did you get? 12. So he's asking you to continue. Okay. He'll give you next information. Okay. Sorry. The way you assign a value to a variable in R is by using the assignment operators. That is less than or less than followed by the minus sign. That is what we've been doing to assign. Okay. So think of assignment operator as an arrow. You're assigning the value on the right hand side of the arrow to the variable name on the left hand side. Just now you have been doing that only. Okay. Then you're next, you'll be asking to do the next one. Okay. Say he's asking you to create a variable x with the result 5 plus 7. So how would you go with this? X followed by less than symbol, minus sign, and then 5 plus 7. Okay. So every time you give it a correct answer, it will take you to the next step and assign your next part of the programming. Okay. Slowly it will teach you the ins and outs of this programming. Okay. Try to finish this chapter 1 today as your assignment. Everybody okay with this? I'm escaping. I'm using the escape button. I'm back to my console. So if you want to resume this, all you have to do is swirl, enter. Okay, so again, same thing. You can be called anything, MN, NN, whatever, and then enter, continue, then select 1, R programming, again, basic building blocks or anything. I can go with even 15 also. Don't go with the advanced versions, because once you are covering your basics, then you'll be comfortable doing the advanced versions also. Okay? Got this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah, so this will be your assignment. You can post any errors you get in the group. I'll help you with that. Okay, and always remember, for R or even in Linux also, what becomes, because this is an open source software, any whenever you get stuck with the code, you can just type in for that particular code with examples in Google, and usually you can see solved examples, and you see what to do to correct your code. Okay, so even in spite of that also, you can as well post it in the group. You're very much welcome to do that, and finish off with the chapter 1 here. Got this? That will be your first assignment. And people who are very fast enough, you can go keep on exploring the second, third, fourth also, but take it slow. I don't think you have so much time, but this is your first assignment. Tomorrow I want everybody in the group to get affirmations that you have finished your first chapter, that is basic building blocks. Got this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions? Done. So today I'll be closing this session. I'll address the issues with those who are working on Mac OS, because that is the question was asked there. I'll post it in the group, okay? But otherwise, everybody with me till here?
Yes,
Ma'am,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
said
Yes, ma'am.
we can save everything here.
Yes, ma'am.
What we have done till now.
Yeah.
That
Meaning?
how like you said, whatever we done till now, we need to save it every time in the
Group. In the group. In the WhatsApp group we have, right?
No, ma'am. Till now, what we have done the work, you said that we need to save everything in the Word or something.
You can save these codes. You can just see, you can copy this and save these codes, worked out codes in your Google sheet, Google Docs. So it will always be there. That's what I meant to say. Okay. See, what happens is as you work on this particular chapter, what happens in the second chapter, you may have to use some of the codes or the functions you've used in the first chapter. Say, suppose you have done it and forgot it. What you're going to do? Again, go with chapter 1. Instead, you have it in a Google sheet. All you have to do is look into the Google sheet. How did you, if you encountered a block, how did you resolve it? All those, if it's there, all you have to do is look into it and finish it off. Got it?
Okay. My doubt is where to save and what to copy and all.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it now. Yeah.
I can copy this entire thing like this. Right click, copy. Okay. And I can as well, open a Word document and save it there also. See, it gets saved here. Like this. Okay. That's what I was trying to tell you. Got it? Any other doubts? Any other doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, one thing, something is that I think Gmeet only allows 100 people to enter, and some of them were left out. Try to help out, your friends who couldn't join. We'll try to resolve or see how we can address this. Okay? Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions asked in the chat box here? Do we have any questions in the chat box? No. So any questions, any queries, you just post it in the WhatsApp group, okay? And I want affirmative of everybody to have completed the chapter 1 in the Swirl package. Got that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then. Malvika, you have taken the attendance, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll be considering your attendance. So be very careful. I want an answer of finishing your assignment also tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So tomorrow, tomorrow we'll start the next session. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for patiently listening to me. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am.